You don't need a rice cooker to make a pot of soft, fluffy, delicious rice right on a gas stove. Hello everyone, I'm Tracy. In the past, my family usually cooked rice with a rice cooker because it was quick and convenient. Then one day, there was an unexpected power outage, and I had no choice but to cook rice on a gas stove. To my surprise, with just a few small adjustments, the rice turned out soft, fluffy, and fragrant just as good as rice cooked in a rice cooker. So today, I'd like to share this method with you so you can easily use it at home, whether you have a rice cooker or not. Let's head into the kitchen together. First, prepare about 2 cups of rice, or adjust the amount to match what your family usually eats each day. Place the rice in a large bowl, then pour in enough water to fully cover the rice. Use your hands to gently rub and stir the rice to remove the bran and dirt clinging to the outside of each grain. When the water turns cloudy, pour it off. Repeat this rinsing process one more time to clean the rice thoroughly, but be gentle so the grains don't break. Finally, transfer the rice to a colander and let it drain before cooking. While the rice is draining, prepare 4 to 5 cloves of garlic. Peel them, lightly crush them, and then finely chop them. You might wonder why garlic is used when cooking rice. Garlic is a familiar seasoning with a distinctive aroma, and when cooked with rice, it helps eliminate any gas smell that might cling to the rice. In addition, garlic is good for digestion, especially for older adults. A small amount of cooked garlic makes the rice easier to eat and less heavy on the stomach. Once the garlic is chopped, place a pot on the gas stove and set it to medium heat. Add a little oil and heat it until warm. Then add the garlic and stir until it turns a light golden color and releases a rich, fragrant aroma. Next, when the garlic is ready, add the drained rice directly to the pot and stir well so each grain is evenly coated with the fragrant oil. Then add 1 teaspoon of white salt so the rice becomes flavorful and cooks into fluffy, separate grains. At this point, remember to keep the heat at medium and continue stirring the rice slowly and evenly. At first, you will notice that the rice sticks slightly to the bottom of the pot. That is completely normal. Just keep stirring to make sure it doesn't burn. After a few minutes, you will feel a clear change. The rice will no longer stick, and the grains will begin to slide freely across the bottom of the pot, instead of clinging as they did at the beginning. This step is the real secret to achieving soft and fluffy when cooked. Which country are you watching my rice cooking tutorial from? I'd really love to connect with everyone all around the world. Please send a greeting in the comments, and I'll reply to you right away. When the rice has reached the right stage, this is when you add the water. Instead of boiling the water first, I pour cold water straight from the tap directly into the pot. The water should be added so that it covers the rice by about 1 to 2 centimeters. Using cold water allows the rice to heat up slowly, together with the pot. This gentle increase in temperature helps the rice grains absorb water more evenly, without cracking or turning mushy. The rice cooks evenly and gradually, which is very important for achieving soft, fluffy grains. Now wait until the rice starts to simmer, then gently stir once to loosen any grains that may be sticking to the bottom of the pot. You can clearly feel the grains that were stuck at the bottom being released and stirred evenly. Next, taste the cooking water. I always use a small spoon and carefully taste the water before letting the rice finish cooking. The key point is that the rice cooking water needs to be more flavorful, because the rice will absorb all of this water as it cooks. If the amount of salt is not enough at this stage, once the rice is fully cooked, it will taste bland and not delicious at all. Now just cook over medium heat and wait for the rice to boil and the water to reduce. When the water has almost completely evaporated and you see the rice grains gently rising to the surface, you don't need to keep cooking anymore. Turn off the heat. Cover the pot with a lid and let the rice rest for about 20 minutes. Remember not to open the lid so the steam doesn't escape. During this time, the remaining heat inside the pot continues to cook the rice slowly and evenly. The gentle steam from the residual heat helps each grain cook through without burning the bottom of the pot or drying out. In fact, I discovered this method completely by accident. One day, I was cooking rice when there was an issue in the building, and the gas was suddenly shut off. At that moment, my rice had just finished boiling, and the water had evaporated. I covered the pot and planned to continue cooking later. After a while, when the gas came back on, I opened the lid and found that the rice was already perfectly cooked, soft, fluffy, and evenly done. That was when I realized that rice doesn't need to be cooked all the way on the heat. As long as you cover the pot and retain the heat at the final stage, your rice can still cook perfectly. After the resting time is over, gently open the lid and you will immediately see the difference. The rice grains are evenly cooked, fluffy and light, not sticking together or falling apart. There is no burnt layer at the bottom of the pot. The rice is white, soft, looks perfect, and smells wonderful. This is the moment when this method truly proves how reliable it is. Once you understand these simple steps, cooking rice on a gas stove becomes easy, and you can do it confidently anytime. Without a rice cooker, you can still cook rice that is soft and fluffy. And that's everything I wanted to share with you today about how to cook rice on a gas stove. Have you ever tried cooking rice on a gas stove before? How did it turn out? Let me know in the comments below. I hope today's video will be helpful for you when you need it, or when you want to change the way you cook rice. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel to receive more practical and useful kitchen tip videos. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Goodbye, and see you next time.